Okay, so go to tinkercad.com and then click the join now.
February.
Okay, click join now, and then you need to create a personal account. If you have the Gmail account, you can sign in with Google. Otherwise, you can sign up with email.
Oh, I know.
Like this. So when you sign up with email, you have to give them some of this information. But remember, if you sign up as your own personal information, you need to have your parents to prove that, because this is really some kind of privacy policy to stick with. So you need to have that. Okay, so in case you have here, you have to really figure out whether your parents will let you join like this. So you can create and then click next. I don't really do this here because I have one account. Okay. Anybody have trouble to join and create account? Okay.
The parents needs to create account too, right?
Excuse me? Oh, actually, this is account for students. So the only thing the parents need to get involved is because their age is not really 18 years old yet. So they need to get the proof from the parents.
Okay. I shouldn't put his birthday when I signed up, when I created the account.
Yeah, that's the only issue. If you put your kid's birthday, they will ask you again and again. So every time they need your permission. So that's a little bit more complex. It's still doable, but I think
so I should create my own account and give it to him.
What is that called?
Exactly.
Okay, so I have to do.
Yeah, you can create your own account and then give to them.
What is that called?
Which one is called? Oh, this one? That's very cute.
Hold on.
Okay.
What is it called?
What's this called? I don't know.
Then how do you sign up then?
No, you need to join first. So that means you need to register an account first. So in case you have trouble to join, you ask your parents to help you out, because a lot of times you use your parents' email. Your parents need to give you the permission.
What are we making today?
Don't worry about that. Even you don't really able to create that account, ask your parents to help you out. So that's very important.
Are you gonna post everything on Google Classroom?
Yeah, I will post this video over there. So yeah.
Are we making anything today? Yeah.
Oh, we will have the introduction today. So we are not really able to make a lot of things happen today. But yeah, you will see the basic idea.
Aww.
Hey, Colin, do you create your account now? Okay, so I give you a couple more minutes, then we can move on. The only thing is that if you are use your own email address, you may able to see every time you have to ask the permission from your parents. Otherwise, it's much more convenient for you if your parents create an account for you, and then you can direct use that. So that's much more convenient for you, just as a user. Okay. So after we create this account and we sign in, you will see something like this. So this is really how your own account looks like. Of course, you don't have all of this because I create a lot of objects over the time.
Okay.
So you don't have all this.
But how can we do that?
Yeah, you need to create your own account and then sign into your own account first.
This is so cool.
Okay, so you need more time to create the account? Okay, just give me a couple more minutes. Okay.
This is the Minecraft one.
Yeah, actually, you have to ask the username and password of the combination of the email address and the password from your parents, so you can log in by yourself. And to be honest, if your computer was used for the first time, they may even ask you to send a text message. So it's not very convenient, but it's really used to provide the privacy protection. So that's very important.
Which one do you have pickaxe? Do you have pickaxe? Where? This looks like Minecraft.
Okay. So I guess you already have the account created. So when you log in, you will see something like this.
I don't. I just see like
Okay. To create an account first, Colin.
I did.
Oh, you did? So do you already log in like this?
No, but I don't have that.
You don't have this?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Do you already have the account created?
Yeah.
Okay, so are you able to log in? So let me log out and then I log in again. Okay, then I can show you how you can log in. First of all, you need to create an account, join now, and then you can sign in, right? So you go to tinkercad.com and then you click the sign in. And for me, I have the Google Gmail account, so I sign in with the Google. Or you can use the email or username, something like that. It's okay.
I use the sign in with Google.
Okay, so sign in with Google, right? I have multiple Google accounts, but I only use one for the class. So I sign in with Use Innovation Lab and click this one. Then it will sign in. So try the similar steps on your computer. Maybe. So what's the problem?
It takes me to the blocks.
To take you to the block?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have to show me what that really looks like.
Maybe it's
Otherwise, I have
supposed
no
to.
idea.
Oh,
Okay.
it's supposed to, I think.
Oh, that's supposed to be like this. It's okay. Yeah. Okay, so don't worry about that. Yeah, that looks fine. Okay. So after that, we can click the create new design. So by default, it's really go to the 3D design. So you don't have to worry too much about other choice. You click the create new design. Okay. Then they will drag you into what's so-called the 3D modeling studio. So you can see here, I give you some basic idea about what each interface looks like. So this part, it's really the name of your 3D design. For example, I want to design something like cool cube. Okay. I give them the name as cool cube. So that's my 3D modeling design's name. And then you have a lot of other choice. You have the object which you can see from different angles. For example, I drag this cylinder over here. Okay. And then I can see from different angles. So you click the front. See? They give you the front view. And then you can see top. They give you the top view. Then you can click the right. They give you right view. Or you click the left. They give you the left view. So they are really able to show you from different angles. If you don't really want to see only one angle, you can drag this box, drag this cube, and then they can move it around. So you can try with me. Okay. So this is the very basic one, and this is really the design's name, and then this is really how you can move around.
Yeah.
And if you want coming back to Tinkercad home page, you can click this one. And then here you have a couple of different models. So that means this is 3D, if you move here, this 3D design model. And if you click here, this is called blocks model. So when you see here, this is really like a whole block. Of course, it's not really perfect. And then if you click this one, it's called the brick. So this is pretty much like a Lego piece, right? So you can see here, this is pretty much like a Lego piece. It's called the brick. Okay, so we usually don't really go over there so far. We only use 3D design. So we stick with here, 3D design. And then we go to the designer's interface. Okay. So how each interface looks like. So here, you have something over here. If you move around, you can see it's very easy to understand. Don't worry too much about it if you don't remember that, because the whole point is that we need to practice, right? So here it's called the copy. So you already have one object here, so you can click copy. And then here is paste. So you can click paste. What they do is that they create a duplicate one. And then you can drag this around. They are exactly the same. Even you see they are slightly different, but they are really, it's the same one.
How do you get a new project?
Okay.
Yeah.
How do I? Okay, great. So you don't have this project, or you already have this project?
I don't have
Okay,
it.
let me. Oh, you
I
don't have
have
it.
it.
That's okay. Okay, so you can see all this project over here. You can choose any one and move over there. Right? So I choose a cylinder, but actually you can choose, for example, you can choose the polygon. Okay, you choose the polygon, drag over here. That's a polygon for you. Right? Then you can start to use because you only have one project and you only have one project. If you have multiple projects, for example, you have a paraboloid here. Okay, so you have to choose one. Use your mouse to click and choose it. This is the one you choose. Then you can click the copy. Then next one is paste. You can paste. So you can see they create a duplicate one. You can move this out. So in case you want to duplicate this one, it's easy. You just click over here, choose this object, and then you can move over here, copy, and then paste. then you get a duplicate one, right? So
Yeah.
now you have 2 polygon and 2 paraboloid. Okay, so this one is really called the duplicate and repeat. So that's slightly different. Let's try. So just click this one, choose, then you can choose duplicate and repeat. What this really means is that the duplicate, but it's at exactly the same location. If I drag this and I move out, you can see they are duplicate. See, you now see they are duplicate, but if I click back, you don't feel able to see there because they are really used the same space, exactly the same place. So that's called the duplicate and repeat. They just repeat and duplicate at the same place. It's very useful. You will learn that technique later. Okay. So when you say, oh, I have so many maps, I don't really want them. So I say, I want to remove this one. You just click this one and then click this delete button. You will delete it. Say, this is duplicate. I don't need this. You click this and delete it. Okay. So that's very interesting. And we also have something called the group align flip. We will learn that later. So do but it's very important when you really start to do your real 3D printing, you will use this. Okay, and this part is about the shape. And besides the basic shape, you can see they have the box, cylinder, they have the sphere, they have the scrubber, roof, cone, they have the round roof, text, wedge, pyramid, and polygon, half sphere, paraboloid, torus, cube, pot, star, and they have different stars, and they have rings, dice, and diamond. Okay. You can also choose from here, and you can see a lot of different choice. For example, you have the text and number. So you have the text here, and you have all of these letters. And you also can choose the characters. Characters is something which already pre-made for you. For example, the scrubber, mask, or you have the shaders, or you have the ice cream cone. That's very cool, right? And you have the chicken food. Okay. And so you have all of this, but it's very similar. A bunny ear. Okay, today is really Easter, so it's a great day to create some kind of bunny. Okay, if we know how to create it. Okay, don't worry too much about it. And the connector is really useful if you create some of this stuff you want to connect together. I will show you how the connector to be used in next couple of weeks, but not now. Okay, it's very interesting. And so do we. So that's pretty much what we can use, but most important, we use the basic shape first. Okay, and then we're talking about the view. So here they have the view from different angles, right? So you can drag this and move around. So you can see this, right? This is a cube, like the controller. If you play the game, you know how the controller can play and drag around, right? And so to here, this is called home view. The home view means when you click this one, they give you something just see from the front, but not exactly the front side. Instead, the front top side. So this front and top, this view is called home view. Then you have the fill all in view. When you click this, you can see this was really dragged in. So that means it gives you the big picture with most of the details. So this is very important. And then you have the zoom in, right? So if you click zoom in, it's bigger and bigger. Zoom out, it becomes smaller and smaller. Okay. You also have something very interesting called the perspective. This is really see it from the side, which you can really naturally move the object. You can move your eye, and then they are moving. That's called the perspective view. Okay, I'll give you a little bit more details about what perspective is. So basically, that means you represent the 3D dimension object in 2 dimensions. That's what you see the perspective view. Okay, so I click this again. So you can see here, even it's 3D dimension, we try to represent it in 2 dimensions. Okay. Now we're talking a little bit about how to exporting for 3D printing. So you all know that when we design the 3D modeling, okay, I back to the home view. That makes more sense. Maybe this one. Okay. When we design the 3D modeling, what we really do is that we try to create a representation of an object in 3D. Right? So what we really have to rely on is some kind of format. Okay, I have to mute you guys. I know. Okay. So this is really something which we use most often. It's called STL. It's a format which we use to represent the 3D modeling, and then we can use to export and fit for the 3D printer to print. Don't get confused. STL is not a format which you can directly use for the 3D printers to print. It's only used to represent the 3D modeling file. So that means when you try to use 3D modeling, okay, I have to. You can use this as 3D modeling, okay. And they also have something called the OBJ. OBJ is a little bit more complex, and it's capable to represent the texture and color and all the attributes. So it's STL in general, it's only represent as one color. You will see that later. But it's more common because most of this 3D modeling software supports STL. Okay, we can see a little bit from here. For example, you want to export. You already have 3D modeling here, so you can click here. You can see they have the choice of the OBJ, they have the choice of STL, and they have the choice of something called the GLB. Or if you only want for laser cutting, you can use HVG. We don't talking this part because the laser cutting is pretty much still the 2D print. Instead, they give you a little bit about 3D angle. Okay, so something you can see from this smaller one. I will show you later. Okay. Okay. So if you see here, can you identify what's this animal? Okay. You cannot see what this animal. Okay. How about this one?
Tiger.
What's this animal?
Running.
Kangaroo.
Yeah, that's a rabbit. Okay. So the first one is a tiger, right? So this one is a tiger. This one is a rabbit. But you can see, even they are really in 3D modeling, but they are really built as a 2D piece. We just put them together. It's perfectly fine. It's not wrong. But for laser cut, you only need this. Okay, so I just don't really choose it here yet. Okay. So that's how you will do. When you have your 3D print modeling already ready, you click the export, and then most likely you will choose the STL. What they will do is that if you choose STL, they will download the file. Okay. This cool. Okay, sorry, it already missed, but I will show you the down coolcube.str. So this is really something very interesting. So that's really the name. You already have here. Okay. So when you download, you use this coolcube.str as a file name. Okay. And it will save in the download folder. So I already downloaded that one. I will show you where it is. It's a little bit slow on my computer, but it should be fine. Okay, so now you can see you have the cool space cube. This is exactly the same name you give to the 3D model .str. The str is really the file format. So this will go to the download folder. So you get this, right? This is today's date and this is time. Okay, this time sounds not really perfect, right? Okay, so that's fine. Okay. Then we can move on from here to the next one. Okay, so here they will show you a video which will show you exactly how to export an object. So now let's play it. Let me see why this video is not playing. Oh, it's working. Let's pretty much show you how the 3D modeling was exported and then choose the STL as format, and then you can download. The download will go to the download folder. So that's everything what you need to know, right? Okay, so how to print a 3D modeling object, right? It's really two steps. The first step is that you need to create some kind of modeling, and then you have to export that to some kind of file like the coolcube.stl, right? So this is a 3D modeling file. But before we can start print, we need to convert it to the 3D printer, which can understand. So it's not the STL file. We need to have one more file. Okay.
Yeah.
For the 3D print I have, it's something like this. I have a 3D print something like this. So this one will not really. Okay, I show you what the because this is quite big, so I don't really show you here, but I will show you later when I have chance. So. Okay, I can show you how this demo video is. I'll give you a smaller one, so you don't have to.
Quickly.
I can't hear anything.
Me too.
Yeah, can you hear something?
No. I can't hear anything.
How about now?
No.
No,
I can't hear
can't hear
anything.
anything.
Okay, so you see the video first, and then I will show you what. So this is really the 3D printer looks like. And then this is really 3D printer works like. So they are really not doing anything different than the layer, the same kind of material, layer by layer. So they are really give you multiple layers, one layer after another layer.
Look what I read.
So when you see they are printing, they are really doing the same job. They try to layer the material. They make one piece of something looks like the very thin wire of the plastic, and then they are layer that one layer by another layer, hundreds of layers. Then they make that work. Okay, so I show you how it works here. So this is my 3D printer. And then they are really print from the bottom all the way up. So when you see here, you can already see 4 of the legs, right? This is print some kind of animal. If I ask you to guess what kind of animal this is.
A human. 2 humans.
That's a human?
I think.
2 human? Okay, that's very cool. Let's
I
see.
think.
So when you close by here, yeah, when you take a close look, on the very bottom, then they print all this basic food, and then they move up, move up, move up, move up. Then here is how it's print.
I know that.
And then you can see, oh, now you can see
Not
they are
human.
not too human. So what's this? You think it should be?
Horse, deer.
Horse.
Horse,
Deer,
oh, deer,
I don't
right?
think
Okay.
It's deer.
Okay, let's see.
Or
Here,
maybe. Oh, it's deer. Sorry.
it's a deer. Okay, cool. And then you can see here, that's how it was print out, looks like. It's very cute, right?
Right.
So this is really how it looks like after it's print. Of course, this eye was not print out. I put the small piece of the bright over here. So the mouth and the eye was paint. So one very important question is that when you see most of this, okay, I have to leave some space over here. So when you see all of this, you can see there are only one color, right? Why
Yeah.
is only one color?
Only one color.
Why is only one color? So you see your own home printer, you can print the color print. That's multiple color, but here they only have one color. Why?
Because you only
You can see if you do it, you only can use one color. If you use 2 colors, they will go to each other, make black or other color.
That's right. Exactly. You are so smart. Okay. It's because we use some kind of material, what we call it's filament. So that's something, if you think about that, it's pretty much like a small thin wire of the plastic. So they are not really able to fit 2 filaments. So that means they are not really
But you
able
can
to
paint
support.
color to paint color to them and make over.
That's right. So like this, right? So I print that in white. Then I can paint it. You can see this is the paint, right? And so do here. You can see this astronaut. I can paint that at different place. The front side, I paint the flag. national flag, and here I can paint the face mask, right? So yeah, I can paint it. That's perfect fine. So to here. Okay, so I have the pure white polar bear, but for this gift box, I can paint this to different color, right?
Right.
So that makes perfect sense. Okay, so what kind of material can the use for the 3D print? Somebody can tell me, is anybody here
Like
ever
something
come to?
in the machine, or something.
Yeah, something can be used in the machine.
Something
So,
like animal, something little sculpture.
okay, I mean, we use some kind of like the plastic wire to print, but besides that plastic wire, can we use some other material to print? Okay. So is anybody heard that we can use 3D print to print the airplane component? Like if they have some sort of the component would break, and they can print that for the airplane, like the Boeing or Airbus, they can print out the 3D print module to replace the broken one. So do you think they will use the plastic? Give you a quick Google. That will be very fun. Okay. What kind of materials can be used for 3D print? Yeah, actually, the 3D print can use a lot of different materials. Okay, so we use this one. Besides the plastic, okay, so this is called the filament. That's most often we use. This is plastic. We can also use
you
something.
Put in that they will make him like something just work and make him hot and I don't know what's that word say and make something like this.
That's right. This is something used as a metal, right? Because the metal is perfect fine if you use metal, but metal is much harder to match. So for the regular print, we cannot use the metal. We only use something called the filament. Okay, so this metal is perfect fine for something like the airplane and a component. And we can also use something called the graphite. This is very interesting, and we don't use that much, but you can think about that. Okay, we also use the
if you have
carbon
a
fiber.
very big like the house 3D print, you can just make a house.
Exactly, you can use. Yeah, you can print out the house. Of course, that house was not plastic made, right? So they use
3D.
That's right. Yeah, they use some kind of huge 3D printer, and they use some sort of material which can use as a building material, right? And you can also use the carbon fiber. It's very strong and flexible. You can print this. This is very cool.
You can print the car or something too, but it didn't have a motor.
That's right. And you can also use, believe it or not, you can also use as the food. You can use a food to print. Okay. So in the industry, we can use a nylon to print. That's very cool. We can use something called the ABS. ABS is really something we can use in the home, but we don't use very often. And you can use the resin. Resin is very useful because it's very flexible and also very easy to make different kind of material. PLA is most useful because we use PLA plus. Sometimes they use the gold and silver. Why they use that? Because they are mostly used for the electronic parts, so they can make that to be heat proof. So that's very important. You can also use the stainless steel. So that's very hard to make, but again, you can use it. You can also use the titanium. Titanium is very interesting material we don't use very often. And you can use ceramics. Ceramics is also very cool. And you can use something called the PET. We don't really use PET here. Or you can use some kind of called the HIPS. Okay, let me give you something very interesting is that 3D print food. Okay, so if you see the 3D print food, you will amaze.
You can just put in something you can eat and just like
That's
and
right.
you can print it
That's right. Okay, so let's
like
see
the
how
sugar.
this. By the sugar, yes, that's right. So let's
You
see
can
how
eat
this.
them and you use it to print them, but you need to
That's
keep
right.
it clean. You can't just eat
Yes.
something in your mouth. You need to keep it. You need to keep
See
it
how they
clean.
print out the cookie. Wow. See how the 3D print the food. Wow, they can print the dinosaurs as a food.
Yes.
Oh,
Cupcake. Right?
ice cream cone.
Ice cream cone, yes. Okay, so that's why we are really thinking about 3D prints have a lot of possibility. You can use that for different material. You can use that for different purpose. So we give you extra challenge. You can think about what kind of cartoon characters you like and think about how you can create some kind of similar one. Like I like Minky and I like the Mickey Mouse, and then I want to create something similar. Is that possible? Right? So that's pretty much covered what we learned today. And very, very important is that create this account. Make sure you have this account created because for this class, we need to use this account again and again, and we need to have this account so you can save all this project. For example, I have my project saved here. So you can see I have all of my projects here, right? So that's very important.
Wow, it's cool.
If you have any questions, just let me know. Yeah, I have Eiffel Tower. I have like 3D frame. I even create some kind of coronavirus. Okay.
I don't like it.
You don't like it, okay? I have all kinds of great stuff. So you will see that later. Okay. So in case you have any trouble to understand any of this, let me know. Very, very important. Create this account. Create this account. That's very important. Okay. So if you have any questions, just let me know. Otherwise, that's pretty much covered today's class. And I hope you enjoy the Easter holiday and then see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.